The modern basketball era has developed a set of unique traits that differentiates it from the previous eras. There are some good things, like overall increase in players' skills, more advanced refereeing thanks to technologies, better medical knowledge which helps to prevent and soften injuries, and many, many more. However, there are also negatives. Flopping, subjectiveness of refereeing is still an issue, intensity of schedule, and of course, super teams. While NBA fans believe that LeBron is the one to blame for this phenomenon, it is still not entirely true. Super teams existed way before LeBron's Miami Heat squad. The Showtime Lakers with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and James Worthy, the 2008 Boston Celtics, and even the 1997-98 Chicago Bulls squad can be somewhat qualified as a super team. But I will be honest. Even though LeBron didn't start it, he is the man who is making sure super teams are still a thing in today's game with his unbelievable Los Angeles veterans squad, even though they've stumbled to start the season. However, it doesn't seem like everything is going as planned. So today, we will talk about the interesting blockbuster trade scenario between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Brooklyn Nets. We all know the situation Kyrie Irving is currently in, and we will talk about what makes the Lakers fans sad about Russell Westbrook. So NBA fans came up with this groundbreaking trade package, which we are going to discuss today. Also, I would really like to hear your opinion, as I'm very curious about what you, my dear subscribers, NBA fans, and just passing by viewers, think about the league's future. Now grab some snacks, get yourself comfortable, and enjoy this video. But before that, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get updates on our latest NBA content. Let's keep rolling. The Los Angeles Lakers and Le-G.M made really big moves in the offseason. The purple and gold team gave up on their young core in favor of getting battle-hardened veterans like Carmelo Anthony, Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, Trevor Ariza, and Russell Westbrook to try to win it all this year. Some welcomed this change, others didn't, but absolutely everybody wanted to see this stacked squad in action. And so far, the Lakers have underperformed, even considering their newest superstar asset, Russell Westbrook. And as you might know, Russell is not among the league's most beloved stars, as his playing style is rather a polarizing one. So now we are in a position where the Lakers, even with their mighty Big Three, at the time of writing, are stuck in the 8th spot of the Western Conference. There's no denying that the Lakers' start was not what many people expected. On the other hand, the Brooklyn Nets are currently sitting in a pretty comfortable second place in the East, although they have struggled against other competitive teams at moments. Many Nets fans have already pointed out that they are missing some of Kyrie Irving's shot creations, and his absence definitely doesn't help with the Brooklyn team's championship ambitions. So maybe those two super teams can help each other. First things first, let's see whether this trade is possible. Short answer is that the odds for this trade are ridiculously low. And by it, I mean that there is almost not a single chance of this happening. Why? Reason number one, the locker room tension will be heated. Just imagine Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook having to share leadership over the Brooklyn Nets squad. The first factor is that their egos simply cannot coexist on the same team. The second one is that I don't really think Russell Westbrook can trust KD basketball-wise after he made his way out of Oklahoma. And the third one is that we have already seen that the play styles of those two superstars do not match at all. Both require a ball to be efficient, both operate on enormous minutes, and this list goes on. Even though it seems like the two have squashed their beef, the basketball world is still a different place. So yeah, this relationship makes this trade a whole lot more difficult, but this is far from being this scenario's most glaring problem. The reason number two is another difficult relationship between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. Oh boy, this one is almost as heated as Russ versus KD's one, even though their beef was a pretty silent one. Long story short, egos got in the way of further Cleveland Cavaliers' success, and a once awesome team was ruined. Kyrie Irving, who is 8 years younger than LeBron, didn't want to share the spotlight with the GOAT candidate and embrace James as his mentor. So another powerful alliance that got destroyed by ambition. Sad, but it is what it is. The third reason is that this trade doesn't make much sense for the Nets. Russell is a Hall of Famer, that's for sure, but don't get me wrong, if I had to choose between a 33-year-old and a 29-year-old superstar, I would definitely go with the latter one, especially if we are talking about point guards whose play styles heavily rely on athleticism, explosiveness, and quickness in general. Sure, Kyrie Irving currently isn't cleared to play, but I am almost 100% certain that this situation will be figured out by the league in the future. Also, Kyrie's game definitely complements KD's play style better than Westbrook's, so that's another plus in this trade. However, why can't we imagine a bit? The NBA is still a unique place and anything can happen here, especially when we are talking about big names. Now let's look at why a blockbuster trade involving Kyrie Irving and Russell Westbrook may benefit both sides. Number 1. In the perfect scenario, the on-court dynamic for the Lakers would be stellar. We all know how good LeBron and Irving's duo really is. It's a championship-caliber winning team, 100%. Kyrie is one of the best ball handlers of all time, let alone the modern era. LeBron is an all-around scoring machine who has a couple of good years in him. Also, LeBron's age might be one of the most important factors in this trade's slightest possibility. After 5 years, James has definitely changed his approach and attitude when it comes to running a team. Now he does everything to make his teammates better, and his current play style complements that. Obviously, LeBron, who is playing in the 19th year of his career, is not the same uber-athletic player he used to be, but he certainly evolves, and now he relies on his superb playmaking and newly polished shooting skills. Anthony Davis and LeBron James's duo has proved that the King isn't shy about sharing the spotlight with the younger talent. So, it is totally possible that LBJ would adapt his play style around Kyrie Irving, who is in his prime. Number 2. Seeing Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden on one team is such a classy throwback. The reunion of the old Oklahoma City Thunder team would be awesome, and I think many fans would like to see that. Sure, we have already seen the reunion of James Harden and Russell Westbrook a couple of years ago, and needless to say it wasn't that great, as they couldn't find a definite leader for the Houston Rockets squad. But man, there is something special seeing those guys together. This trio is an embodiment of the stable shield of the WWE. 3 amazing players, future Hall of Famers, but gosh, their egos are on another scale. Number 3. The third factor is the most obvious one. Even though younger talent is better than old-aged veterans, the situation the Nets are currently in is kind of tricky. We have already covered the whole drama around Kyrie Irving in my NBA Players React to Kyrie Irving's Brooklyn Nets vaccine drama video, so we won't get back to it. Long story short, Kyrie can't play, for now at least, and the trade to the Lakers might give him an ability to actually play basketball, while the Brooklyn Nets would get another all-star in Russell Westbrook to help them immediately. Sure, nothing's quite as simple as it seems, but there is always a chance of such a trade scenario happening. So, I would like to hear your opinion on this potential trade and what you think about it. Do you think that Kyrie Irving is a great fit for the Los Angeles Lakers? Is Russell Westbrook a good player for the Nets? Would you like to see those teams in action? Tell us what you think in the comments down below, and once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to catch up with the best NBA content. If you like this video, make sure to watch my other videos about recent NBA news. Thank you for watching.